Hey everybody, Joshua Hayward here, founder and CEO of True Life Training and creator of the Transformational Teaching 3-Day Intensive, where we work with you to define your message and share it as a speaker, trainer, or coach in a way that you can make an impact and a huge income teaching what you love. Now in this short training video, I'm going to share with you how I built my business and how I went from just teaching and training and coaching being an idea and something that I was interested in to building a multiple six-figure per year business my first year in business, and now it's growing exponentially, making an impact and generating an income for me. Now, if you know my story, you know that when I first started out, I wasn't making any money. I was making $0 every single month as a speaker and a trainer, trying to get paid to speak and enroll people in other programs that I had to offer, but I was struggling and I was stuck. And then I found a new system which I've now been able to use to create massive results that I'm going to share with you in this video. So if you have any interest to be a speaker, a trainer, or a coach, or define your message and deliver it through one of those three methods, then this video is going to be extremely impactful for you, because I'm going to share with you what has worked for me to get amazing results, but also some of the huge mistakes that I've made that you can learn from my experience and not make these mistakes for yourself. So starting out, when I first started, I wasn't making any money. And then I learned a new system and a new way of selling and sharing my value in a way that people saw the value and they were basically giving their credit cards, enrolling in my value, that I immediately went from $0 to over 30 grand a month, just like that, because of the system that I'm going to share with you in this video. Now, when I first started, I was doing a lot of speaking where I would host my own events for free, and I'd invite people in to spend 2 hours with me, where I would share a lot of content and valuable information, and at the end, I would offer a 2-day program. And when I first started, I was offering this 2-day program. At the time, it was called Life Direction Discovery, about finding your passion and getting clear on where you wanted to go and then taking action and making it happen. And I was offering it for $297. And nobody was buying it for a 2-day event. And I couldn't really figure out what was going on, because I knew the value, I knew the content, I knew it would make a huge impact in people's lives. But what it came down to was the positioning of that 2-day event. And how was I really sharing that message to them and showing the value to them. And what happened was I didn't actually believe in it, because I had a belief in here that after working with a mentor, I was able to shift that belief of I'm too young and get grounded in my value. So when first starting out in your business, the absolute #1 thing that you have to have in order to share your message, make an impact, and make an income is belief in yourself and in the value of your message that you have to deliver, and knowing and being totally grounded in the fact that the information and the knowledge that you have to share with other people has value and will make an impact on their lives. Because if you don't believe in the value that you have to offer, nobody else is going to. And this was the huge shift in my life and my business, was starting to believe in myself, believe in my value, and start to show up and deliver it in a massive way. That as soon as I shifted that belief in myself, I had the same 2-hour presentation, I shifted some of the systems that I was using for offering my stuff at the end, and I started selling a 3-day event for $2,000, and people started to show up. People started to sign up. They started to go to the back of the room, give me their credit cards, and sign up for this $2,000 event, because I now had the belief and the grounding in what I was doing. So basically, to get started in the speaking, training, and coaching industry is to first define your message. What is your message? What is your experience that you want to offer, you want to deliver, and make an impact in other people's lives? Once you identify that message, who do you want to share that message with? Who is your target market and the people that you most want to help that will get the greatest value and the greatest impact out of what you have to offer? Once you define your message and define your audience, now it's time to share your message with that audience and get paid in the process. Now, my system in the beginning, what I did was, instead of going the speaking route and getting booked to speak where I was basically being paid for my time, I decided to get paid for my value instead. Because this is so important. I mean, a lot of speakers that their life is paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And they've got to get the next speaking gig in order to make any money. So I thought, well, I don't want to be paycheck to paycheck like I had been in my previous job. I want to provide value and get paid for my value instead. And this is so important for you to do going into this industry, is get paid for your value rather than your time. Even as a coach, to get paid for your value rather than your time or per session. Deliver value and get paid for the value instead. So how I did this was, after I got clear on my message and my audience, I started to promote and offer free training events. So again, if you saw my last video about the 17 myths of the speaking and training industry, you know about the word free versus complimentary. Where I was offering a 2-hour session that was normally $97, but I was offering complimentary tickets to the first 100 people that signed up. So basically, everybody who wanted to come to this event could come for free. Now, why would I do this and give it away complimentary? Well, because I realized that in order to expand my message in a massive way and people to engage in what I had to offer, there had to be a low investment of time, energy, and money on their part in order to be introduced to what I do. So when developing your content and your ebooks and things that you're going to offer online, it's important to think about your business like this, where it's the business funnel. Where up here at the top of your business, you want to have something that is a low-cost investment of time, energy, and money that you get to share your knowledge, your expertise with a whole lot of people, whether it's a free ebook online or a free report, a free coaching session, a free or complimentary live event that I was doing. So that there's not that much investment from them. It's easy for people to find out about what you do. So how I started was doing these free, complimentary, 2-hour training events where I would deliver massive content and information and make an impact in their lives through what I was teaching and training for about 1 hour and 45 minutes. And then the last 15 minutes, I would share with them, great, so if you enjoyed this, here's how you can continue with me and get more value out of the knowledge and information that I have to make an impact in your life. And that offer at the end was an offer to come to a 3-day event called True Life Mastery that I sold for $2,000. And at an event, let's say I had 50 people in the room, on average about 5 people would sign up for that $2,000 event, and I would make $10,000 in 2 hours. Now, of course, I had the marketing and getting people into those events, which I'll share with you a little later into this video. But basically, at the front end of my business was this live training event that people could get a complimentary ticket to come to. From there, they enrolled in a $2,000 event. Now, when people eventually came out to that 3-day event called True Life Mastery, I delivered massive content, made huge transformations in their lives, and also had a couple offers on other courses that I was offering. So more value. And this is the key piece to focus on here. In order to be successful, you've got to provide value. Everything is an exchange of value. And what we call money, like this here, so this, like I've got some American in here, I'm flying to Tampa tomorrow, and I've got some Canadian, but this here, ultimately, this is not money. This is paper. This is currency. So in order to make currency in your life, it's always an exchange for something. It's always an exchange. If you want more currency, exchange value for it. And everything is an exchange of value. So whether you're exchanging chickens for goats or your message and value and impact in that person's life for currency, everything is an exchange of value. So focus on providing value, and a ton of value, so much value that your customers think you're nuts. So at this 3-day event, high impact, very experiential training, we got huge results, saw the value in what I was doing, and when I had an offer at the end of each day for another course or another coaching program, people saw the value in what that is, and they signed up for it. So as an example, my first 3-day event that I did, my first 3-day True Life Mastery event that I did in the fall of 2011, there was 13 people there that had paid $2,000 to be there, and my sister was there as well. So there was 14 people in total, and from that event, I generated over $47,000 in sales in one freaking weekend. Like, holy smokes! I was blown away because I was still a newbie in this industry. And just the massive results that I got by providing value to people. And I was turned on by this. I was like, man, this is awesome. 3 days, I made this one, right? I want to do more events. I want to help more people. How can I provide more value? And I started to continue to do this and use this system where I was offering this complimentary 2-hour event and then offering my 3-day event on the end. And then when people came to the 3-day event, they really got to see what I was doing and got huge, massive results. So they enrolled in everything else that I was offering. So this was a great exercise, and now I'm going to share with you something that I ran into and a big shift that happened for me, where I then scheduled, I did a whole bunch of events where I brought in some guest speakers, and in a time span of 2 weeks, my income goal was to make $50,000 in 2 weeks. Now, through the 2 weeks with the couple guest speakers that I had, we made $49,800 in those 2 weeks, and I just about hit my goal. But what happened next shifted and changed my entire business. Because in those 2 weeks, we made $49,800, and in the 2 weeks that followed, we had $42,000 of returns. And that was like a, holy shit, this sucks. Because now all the expenses, everything I invested to do those events, I didn't profit off of those events at all. And I realized, okay, something's not working here. What's shifted? And it got me really grounded and looking at my business. Where is my money coming from? What's happening as far as returns? And I realized that while I was closing about 10% at the back of the room at these complimentary events, I was getting a huge percentage of returns. And I realized that at these events with the guest speakers is that everybody who didn't return and stuck with their commitment had done a 3-day event with me, knew me, liked me, and trusted me. And so their trust in me transferred to these guest speakers, and they stuck with what they were doing. Everybody else, it was kind of a new experience for them. And with offering my 3-day event, people, after just spending 2 hours with me, there wasn't that level of trust that they stuck with their commitment of $2,000 to come to that 3-day event. So I thought, how can I get more people to the 3-day event? Because I realized that at the 3-day event, everybody got huge value from what I was doing, that there were absolutely no returns. Because people knew me, they liked me, they trusted me, they knew what they were investing in, and they were ready to go. So that how can I get more people into this 3-day event? And then it dawned on me, and it was like, wow, I can really make a huge impact and help more people by offering this event for free as well, a complimentary 3-day event. But I realized that I didn't want to get into the trap, and this is the thing with free or complimentary events, is that typically if you're doing an event complimentary, about 40%, what I've found on average, are actually going to show up. So if 100 people register for a complimentary event, 40 of them are going to show up. And I didn't want to run into this on my 3-day events because there's a lot more expenses and a lot more logistics that were going on. So I made a small barrier of entry where people had to invest $197 in our product package, and then I get a complimentary ticket to come to the event. And this exploded my business because now I was helping more people. There was a much lower barrier of entry for people to come in, and now they got to spend 3 days with me, know me, like me, and trust me, and invest in my other programs, know what they were doing, and had some returns, but barely any, because people got so much value out of the 3 days that they were investing in everything else. So for you, when you're creating your funnel in your business, I've kind of gotten lost in my story here a little bit because I love talking about my business, as I'm sure you do as well. So in the funnel, I had the complimentary 2-hour session, which now led into the complimentary or $197 True Life Mastery 3-day event, which then led into my other programs, which range from $14.97 up to $29.97 for the live events, and then in the coaching programs, which range from $5,000 to $50,000 through this funnel of up here, the stuff that's free, low investment, and as you go down through the funnel, getting into the more higher level products and programs. So I encourage you, when looking at what you have to offer, is what can you offer up here that's a low investment of time, energy, and money that's a great way for you to introduce your message to other people. If it's in the speaking and training industry, maybe it's something online that you're providing them. Maybe it's a free training video like you're watching right now. Or it's an ebook, or an audio download, or a free report, or something that you're giving away for free to get people engaged in your message. Now, as a coach, maybe it's the same thing. Something online that you're offering, an audio, a video, a report, or it's a complimentary session, a complimentary coaching session that you do with somebody. or in the speaking world again, a complimentary 2-hour event or 1-hour event, 3-hour event, whatever it is that you want to offer, that's going to bring people into your funnel and introduce them to who you are, where you can provide value, and then have an offer that they can enroll in other programs that you do. So a key piece here is gaining their trust and delivering value. These are the two most important things. And believing in yourself, as I mentioned before. So believing in what you have to offer, offering it, and whatever the third one was that I just said. and then offering that value, and then ultimately getting people to pay you for it at the end. So give them so much value they think you're nuts, and then give them more value and charge them for it at that point in time. So this is a great way to do this, is at the back end. So I'm going to talk about speakers and trainers first. So instead of getting paid $1,000 or $2,000 to come speak to a group, instead what I do when somebody wanted me to come speak, I would say, great, so my speaking fee is $10,000, which it is. It's $10,000 to get me to come and speak to the group. But I'll forego my fee if you allow me to offer my value at the end. And I'll offer this program that will get even more results for your people. So what happened was then I had an event. There was, I think, 88 people at this event. And instead of charging for the event and charging a speaking fee, I decided to offer my value at the end. And the result was that in a 2-hour event, I made $18,000 because of people signing up for more value that I had to offer. So provide value. Focus on providing value. Now, in creating the structure of your business, if you're just starting out, or even if you are really successful, is have something up here, low time investment, so like a 2-hour event, then maybe it's a 1-day event, then from the 1-day event you offer a 2-day event or a 3-day event, then you offer a coaching program, and figure out what is your funnel, what different methods do you want to deliver your value to people, and get very clear on what that is. Then when it comes to coaching, same thing. Maybe it's a free report online, then it's a complimentary coaching session, then at the end you enroll people into the next step for them, and what's going to be right for them to continue to get value for you, and what is the price, and get very clear on what that is. Now, what I've learned as far as selling, and this is so important, this is where I deal with a lot of people that don't want to sell their value or have resistance to selling or offering their value or asking for money in exchange for what they do. When selling from the stage, it's very important to get the agreement to sell to people. Because if you just start selling them hard on something, a lot of people have resistance to selling and they don't want to be sold to. So something that I've done when selling from stage is at the beginning, ask for the agreement. Hey, so here's what you guys are going to get. Actually, here, I'll give you a quick rundown of the structure of a presentation. This will be really powerful for those of you as speakers. So when starting a presentation, first thing to do is ask a question. Ask a couple of questions, because what the questions do is it takes the pressure off of you and throws it back on them. So I often ask 3 questions at the beginning, and they're the same every single event that I do, almost, depending on the audience. So first question is, how many of you guys like to be a whole lot more successful? Say yes. And then I engage them and get them to say yes and respond, because it's taking the pressure off me and throwing it back on them. How many of you guys like to be a whole lot happier? Say yes. Everybody says yes. And then the third question, and how many of you aren't going to say yes no matter what I say? Say yes. And then always there's like 2 or 3 people that do it, and then, gotcha. And I get a laugh. So funny is money. It's important to get people to laugh as well. And then the next thing that I do, so after I ask questions, I introduce myself and give the name of the program. Great. Well, you're in the right place. My name's Joshua Hayward. Welcome to Exponential Success, or True Life Mastery, whatever program it is. And then from there, what do I do next? So I've got questions. Then I give them what's in it for them. Why are they here? What are they going to get out of this event? I often ask them to figure it out on their own, and then I tell them, great, so here's what we're going to cover today. First, you're going to learn how to get clear on your passions of what you really truly want to create. Then we're going to focus on creating that vision. What does that look like? Getting laser focused, and finally taking action on a massive level so that you get results. Now also, this is where I'm going to get the agreement from them. Now also, I'm going to give you guys lots of content and value and everything for free. Now at the end of this presentation, I have more value, other courses and products that can support you, that if you love what you get here, you're going to want to hear about these. So what I ask is for your agreement that you stay as engaged with that information and discern if it's something for you as you are with all the content and information. Does everybody agree? Does anybody not? And if anybody doesn't agree, and they're not going to be engaged for the last like 10 minutes and see if the value is for them, I'll kick them out. Because you're giving away your value for free. If somebody's not that engaged or not willing to listen for 10 minutes on more value that you have to offer, kick them out. And what this will do, and it works in a couple ways, is it will polarize the room. So that now everybody is very engaging. And this is important to do as a speaker, is polarize the room. Because only polarized people buy. So what I mean by polarize is you got to piss some people off. This is so important. Some people are going to get pissed off, but then everybody else is going to freaking love you and buy everything that you want because they're going to be polarized and they're going to be engaged. So get the agreement. Once you explain what's in it for me, the WIIFM, so they know why they're there, the value that they're going to get, the next thing is to earn the right. So why do you have the right to teach them what's in it for me? Who are you and what's your story? Now you're going to share your story with these people of where you came from, your story of struggle, the results you've gotten, and why you have the right to teach them what you're about to teach them. Then you're going to go through the program, give them the bullet points, basically pick 3 main topics that you're going to cover, and then you can expand on those throughout your presentation. Give them lots of content. For about 85% of this presentation is going to be all content. And then you got the first like 7% at the beginning where you're earning the right, you're sharing your story, getting the agreement, and sharing what's in it for them. And then at the end, the last 7% or so is going to be you offering your other program. So when offering your program, you're going to ask them, you're going to have lots of content. You want to get their energy up, manage their energy really well so that they're excited, and say, hey, you guys getting value out of this? Yes. You guys having fun? Yes. You guys want to learn more? Yes. Great. Well, I created a 3-day event called True Life Mastery that takes all the information that we've covered today to an entirely another level. Do you guys want to hear about it? Yes. So now I'm getting the agreement again that they want to hear about it, so they've got the buy-in to hearing me share about my other program. Then, when you share about your program, you want to first start with what's the problem that they have? What's the problem that you have? What is the program going to solve? So here's the problem. Here's your story about how you overcame it, and again, why you have the right to teach them about it, and what's the solution? What's your program going to offer? Then you want to have benefits about your program. So what are they going to get out of this program? What are the key benefits? And taking features and turning them into a benefit. So what do I mean by this? Features into benefits. Well, people want benefits. Features don't really matter. So a feature of a program was, this is a 3-day experiential program. That's a feature. That's what it is. It's experiential so that, those 2 words is a really good way to turn a feature into a benefit. So that you actually ingrain the information, you do it, and you get the results right there. Or another feature of a program. So in this program, you're going to learn how to take action. So a feature of that is you learn how to take action. So that you can always take action in spite of doubt, in spite of fear, in spite of worry, so that results become inevitable. So take features and turn them into benefits. Then you want to share testimonials as well of other people that have gone through your program. If you haven't done the program yet, get some testimonials from people who have engaged in your information that is going to be in your 3-day program. And share testimonials of other people getting results. Because that's the best. You can toot your horn as much as you want, but other people tooting your horn ultimately will sell better for you at the back of the room. Then after you share other people's testimonials, then you want to give them a comparison price or the regular price of your program. So for me, how I do this is I build in the value of what is this really worth. And I share my story of investing over $150,000 and 2 years of my time to figure this stuff out. So it's building this huge value in their mind of what they would have to go through if they don't do your course, if they got to figure this out on their own. Then, so once you build this comparison value, this huge value, building the value of your course, then you want to give your regular price. But I'm not going to charge you $150,000. For you guys, the price of this course is only $29.97. Something that's significantly higher than the ultimate price that you're going to sell it for. So it's $29.97. Then a great way to promote sales and get people to enroll in your program is to provide more value by sharing some other products or services that you have that are a lot less priced. So how I did this was a couple DVDs and a CD that I then put the price up here as well. So it's $29.97 for the course, it's $147 for this DVD, it's $147 for this DVD, and $97 for this DVD. Now, the total of all this, if you decide to get all of it, is $22,388. No, it's $3,388. But if you take action today, we've got what's called an at-seminar special, where I'm going to give you a discount for taking action here, because I like rewarding people for taking action. So for those of you that take action today, instead of $33.88, crossing everything out, you're going to get it for $19.97, and you're going to get this DVD for free, you're going to get this DVD for free, you're going to get this DVD for free, and then there must be a call to action. If this is something that aligns with you, go to the back of the room now and sign up. Or if you're by yourself, you can have a stack of order forms here and say, great, if this really aligns with you, then come grab an order form. Now, this offer shifted and was phenomenal when I started to offer this for $197. As you can imagine, because the value that's built into it, and then it's so small, $197 compared to the regular price of $29.97 or my investment of $150,000 is like, holy smokes. And what I found has been the best offer and best close for me has been doing this exactly how I just explained. So $150,000, regular price is $29.97. Here's the 3 DVDs that are going to be bonuses. And then what I would do is I would say, now, you guys are here. I'm going to give you guys a massive discount because you guys took action to be here. So I've got about 14 order forms up here. If you're serious about this, you see value in this, I suggest you come get one of these right now. And I'd hold them over here in my hand so that people could grab them. And then I would draw on the board. It's not going to be $33.88. For you to get this today, it's only going to be, and then I hide my back, because high in the back on the flip chart that I use, it creates a suspense. And I cross everything out and write $197 at the bottom. $197. And then because the value that I built into what I do, literally, everybody would rush to the front of the room grabbing these order forms. I said, great, if you didn't get one of these order forms, there's a couple more in the back of the room. You guys can go and sign up there. And then I would have a second close within this that would be, so here is, so you guys got that. Now, I only have like eight copies of the hard copy DVDs. So the first 8 people to fill out their order forms and go to the back of the room are going to get the hard copies. Everybody else is going to get a digital copy. Because it's so important to get people to take action. And a lot of people talk about like sneaky sales tactics and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not into hard pressure selling or manipulating people, but it's important to get people to take action. And ways of doing that is scarcity and actually having a call to action. 95% of people buy something because they're asked to. So you're helping them make the right decision by having a call to action. Go to the back of the room and sign up, because you're grounded in what you do and know that you're going to totally transform their lives, and that your knowledge, your value, your event, your coaching program, whatever it is that you're offering, is going to make a huge impact in their lives. And it's your responsibility to sell that to them. And yes, it is your responsibility to sell it. If you can help somebody and you don't, then you're robbing them from that experience. And by selling it to somebody, them having a financial investment in it, they're actually going to get more value from it. Because if they come for free, they're not going to show up, they're not really going to get any results. So, charge them. Because you want to make money too, I'm assuming. Now, really quickly before I finish this video, I also want to share with you this when it comes to coaching. So when it comes to coaching, again, having a presence online, engaging with people, and the main key here to build a coaching business is to get into conversations with people and show them what coaching is. Because nobody wants coaching. Nobody's like, oh, I've heard about this coaching thing, let's try it out. No, you've got to provide that value, show them the value. So the best way I've found for doing this is offering people a complimentary coaching session, where you'll sit down with them for half an hour to an hour, give them some great coaching, and then at the end, it's, hey, did you get value out of this? Great, would you like to hear about my coaching program? And then you share with them your coaching program, and just say, hey, so you ready to go? You ready to sign up? We can start next week. Or whatever it is, and you get that commitment out of them. And this is something that when I first started coaching, I didn't want to do coaching. But all my clients that were coming to my events were like, can you coach me? Can you coach me? Can you coach me one-on-one? I didn't want to do it, so I finally decided, fine, I guess I'll do it. I'm only going to take on 3 clients because my time is better on stage. And how much am I going to charge that these people will leave me alone and say no? And what is my time really worth? What's a big enough number that if somebody says yes, I'll be happy to do it? And I realized that that number was $50,000 a year for coaching, or $1,000 an hour. And the first 3 people I sat down with, gave some complimentary coaching to, they all signed up. I was like, holy crap, this is crazy, this is insane. So then once that coaching program was full, I was like, okay, well, people are still asking for coaching, and I developed another program. So again, provide value in different tiers so that people at a different commitment level can get value from you. Have some very high-level coaching clients, then have a mid-tier and a lower tier so that you can support everybody that you want to support. So in building your business, again, just to cover all this, I've given a lot of information, kind of been all over the place here. So basically, believe in yourself. Get grounded in your value and what you have to offer. Define what that is. Define your message. And define who do you want to share that with. Then once you define what that is now how do you give away something complimentary up here at the top of your funnel that's a low investment of time, energy, and money that people can engage in what you do, see the value that you have to offer, and then enroll in other programs, other coaching programs, other events, other trainings that you have because they're getting value out of what you're already offering. And then figure out what is your funnel. Is it a live event up here, another live event that's longer? Is it an online training program? Is it a coaching program over the phone? What does that funnel look like of the different ways that you're going to provide your value and help other people? Now, just last thing before I go is when it comes to speaking and getting paid for your time and just doing a speaking gig, it's important. As I mentioned in the last video, the 17 myths, which if you haven't seen that video, I really encourage you to watch it. You can check it out at www.transformationalteaching.com/17-myths. So that's transformationalteaching.com/17, the number 17-myths. And that shares with you about not doing anything for free and speaking for free, unless you're offering something on the back end. So when people are looking to hire you as a speaker, you're starting out as a speaker, instead of starting out small and then gradually raising your prices, start out with what you want to charge, a big number, $10,000, $5,000, $25,000, whatever it is for you. And then what you can do when you're starting is discount that price so that it's not like you're all of a sudden raising your prices. It was always that price, and it builds the value in the person's mind that this guy costs $10,000 an hour. And it builds that value in who you are and what you do, and you can discount it to a lower price, and they're going to feel like they're getting a deal. It's going to be awesome. So in the speaking world, position yourself for higher prices. Now, my whole business model is shifted again. I'll share with you some major things that are going on with me, how we're expanding like exponentially and just growing our income and our impact in a future video. But right now, if anything that I've said in this video is aligning with you, or you want more information about what I do, my training business, True Life Training, is almost automated to the point where I'm not really required anymore. And I'm excited to start empowering other people to tap into their message. For you to tap into your message, start making an impact, doing what you love so that you're truly fulfilled, but also making a huge impact. So if anything I've said in this video is aligning with you, you want to learn some more from me, then I encourage you to connect with me, and I'll actually take like 45 minutes for like a complimentary coaching session, 45 minutes, to help you get clear on your belief in yourself, your message of what you want to create, and the people you want to deliver to, and then what system to use, how to go about this, whether it's launching your business or it's taking a current one to the next level. I'll be able to support you on a high level to start creating huge results so you can continue to make an impact and an income. So you can click on the link or the button below this video and connect with me to set up this 45-minute strategy session where I'll work with you to get clear on the next steps for building your business, making an impact, and an income. So click on the button or the link below and register for a complimentary session with me. I'll connect with you personally, and also reach out to me personally on Facebook, and I'll be able to support you in building your business. So until I see you in another training video, I hope you got lots of value from this. Feel free to share it with your friends or anybody else you know that'll get value from this, and then click on the button or the link below, register for a session with me, and I'll see you soon.